Hi everyone, so I'm back with another video. This time it's another TBR kind of video linked to vampires. So I like vampires, I like vampire books. I've got a lot of them, I've read quite a few of them. So I have created a pile of 10 that I haven't read that are still on my shelves. Some of them are from the series, some of them are standalones, but if it's a series I've only got one out because I'm not lifting an entire series. Or some of them are like series and standalone kind of things at the same time, so I've brought them out. So I'm going to start off with Masters of Death by Olivia Blake. So this is the Illumicray exclusive edition. So it looks like this. So this is more like paranormal kind of thing than vampires, but it includes a vampire. So it's about an estate agent who is a vampire, and she has a problem that the house that she's trying to sell is haunted. So the ghost that's haunting the house that she's trying to sell has been murdered. So until this ghost can solve the mystery of how he died, he basically is stuck and refuses to move on. This also includes the godson of death, who is a medium as well, and Viola, who's the vampire, seeks his help, basically. So that's number 1. Then we have The Vampire Lestat by Anne Rice. So this is about Lestat the vampire. So he's not the most conventional undead vampire there is. He's vivid, ecstatic, stage-struck and extravagant. And he lives in 18th century Paris. And also Egypt prehistory and New Orleans in the 20th century, world of rock. It's literally like the story of his entire dark immortality, which looks amazing. That's by, did I say it was by Anne Rice? We've got a couple of Anne Rice books, so I'm going to do them all in one. Then we've got probably her most famous one, which is Interview with a Vampire. So this is basically in a darkened room, a young man sits telling the macabre and eerie story of his life. The story of a vampire gifted with eternal life, cursed with an exquisite craving for human blood. I really like these like mass market paperbacks, so I'm trying to collect all of Anne Rice's books in these. Got a few more actually. And then we've got New Tales of the Vampires, Vittorio the Vampire. So this is a 16-year-old vampire. He kind of looks like Caius from Twilight, to be quite honest. And he's the sole survivor of a bizarre and violent massacre at his father's home, basically. So he escapes and seeks vengeance and retribution. But he gets saved from death by a very mysterious woman. He finds himself at the mercy of a demonic bloody nightmare, more political intrigue. So it's got slight romance in this one. I will do a romance TBR at some point as well. Then we're going a bit erotic. This one's called Love at First Bite. So this has 4 stories in. All vampire based. So you got Until Death Do Us Part, Ride the Night Wind, The Gift, and The Forgotten One. All by, so you've got Sherilyn Kenyon, L.A. Banks, Susan Squire, and Rhonda Thompson, who's written those. I won't give anything away with that. It's just vampire erotica. Then we move over to shoujo manga. Shoujo beat manga. Vampire Nights. You've got the day class and the night class basically. At twilight, when the students of the day class return to the dorms, they cross paths with the night class on their way to school. Yuki Cross and Zero Kiru are the guardians of the school who protect the day class from the academy's dark secret. The night class are vampires. So I have volumes 1 to 10. I know there's 19. I need to find the other 9. And then we have The Last Vampire, The Eternal Dawn by Christopher Pike. So this is about basically the last vampire in a family. So this group tries to track her down. I honestly think this is part of a series. And this is not the first one, but I think you can read them as standalones. So this top secret group is trying to track the main female character down. She's desperate to protect herself and her friend, so she discovers a force more powerful and more lethal than any she's ever seen. Now she has to figure out who she can trust. But yeah. You see what I mean? I have a lot of vampire books. I am doing a reread of Twilight. So this is why New Moon's here. These are the all limited edition ones. All this is Volturi. I like to bookmark where they are. So, I think we all know the story. Bella, Edward fall in love. Yada yada yada. Pretty much Twilight. I have read the first one. I will be moving on to the second one when I finish the It Girl. Then we've got 2 Dracula-based novels. We've got Anno Dracula by Mr. Kim Newman, I think that's who it's by. So this is set in the Victorian era, where Queen Victoria remarried and her new consort is Count Dracula. Sounded interesting. And his polluted bloodline spreads throughout London as its citizens increasingly choose to become vampires. And in the grim back streets of Whitechapel, a killer known as Silver Knife is cutting down vampire girls. So it's like Dracula meets Jack the Ripper. Pretty much. And then the last vampire novel, Dracula himself. I haven't actually read Dracula. I will go into this year, and then I read something else. So that was helpful. But I do have the Penguin's cloth-bound classic edition of Dracula. So I will get to this. I'm going to make this a priority in the new year. So that is my vampire TBR. I have others. I've read others like Bride, Serpent and the Wings of Night. I'm looking at my shelves looking for the vampire books and I can't see any. I've got all the Twilight books. There's more I mean, Shadowhunters, that has vampires in. Yeah, I've read quite a few vampire novels. I mean, Bloodslave. That's 5 right there. Empire of the Damned, Mistress of Lies. Empire of the Vampire. There's loads. So yeah. Bye.